Occupy the Need Act friends. This is William. Um, I'm in Norman, Oklahoma. It is 4:30 p.m. and about 4:28 it says, and we're going to take a little bicycle ride. Uh, and I'm going to talk about the Need Act as I go. I'm in Norman, which is a city of 125,000 south of Oklahoma City by about 21 miles. And we're going to talk about the Need Act and how important that is to us. And it's about the creation of money. Whoever creates the money controls the nation. Okay, let's put you in my harness and tighten it up. And we're going to be off because it's for hour. The sun that's upset. I got plenty of lights on the bicycle. There's what we're riding on right there. And turn this light on. And turn the power on the bike. It's an electric bicycle. And we're going to turn on our tail light. We got our tail light and another headlight on. We're getting ready to go. Let's see here. Got to get my cords out of the way here. I've got you on a new battery here. It's a solar powered battery. We had a big ice storm here 12 days ago. And a friend says, looks like we're going to have some more. There's the tree limbs that I drug out to the front yard right there. So we got to, let's do this. Hey, let's go. Headphones. Got the microphone in it. So maybe the wind won't be too bad on you. We'll see. It is. When I get there and do my exercises, we're going to Saxon Park, which is 5.5 miles from here. When I get there, we'll turn around, then we'll have the wind at my back. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down through the campus corner area in the University of Oklahoma. To Lindsay Street for a little over 2 miles down through the neighborhood. All over. A couple of block maybe. This was our 42nd Street, and I moved back here in 1987. what was happening. It's what we want to have happen. It's where all ages, all sexes, all races, all mixed together. And they ended that. They cleaned it up. Just like they cleaned up New Orleans. Louis Malle, French film director, had a film about New Orleans called Pretty Baby that Brooke Shields was in. And, the Puritans cleaned that up. Yeah. That's where jazz came from, the most famous feature of America in the whole world. I don't know what this person is doing. I think they know where they're going. Okay. This is the business school ahead of us. We're going to put them out of business. The NEAT Act is. Put them out of business. Because we've discovered their secret. They're not legitimate business people. They create money. Let's go down through here, see what we got. We're at the University of Oklahoma football stadium. They say that these gates and fences are all created to keep people out from coming in without paying for a ticket. They're also created to keep people in. Yeah. This could be a prison for us. Have you ever seen the movie Empire of the Sun? Remember in that movie there was a scene where they were inside a football stadium. Same thing. Okay. Yeah. We're going to get the sun at our back here. And when we turn back around and come back this way, the sun will be set and we'll be in the dusk period of sun. And it'll be nice. The sun won't be in our eyes. So the NEAT Act. What does the NEAT Act do? First off, it's the most revolutionary legislation that's ever been introduced in Congress. It recovers what we fought the Revolutionary War for. We fought the Revolutionary War so we, the people, would have control of the creation of our money. And right away, in 1787, Hamilton and Washington gave that power, delegated it to Hamilton's and Washington's friends, who became our first bankers. There were no banks in the colonies. The colonies created their own money and financed the war and defeated the British. They defeated the biggest, strongest power there was in the world. And the British did everything they could to devalue their money by counterfeiting it. They had ships out in the harbor, Boston, New York, to counterfeit the money, to try to devalue it. the money did its job. It paid for what we needed to defeat the British. We got here. Kind of close this in a little bit since I've been here. The French even got in on it. I said, yeah, we need a French were in it. Because on the back of the notes that they created, it said, let the good times roll. I'm just kidding. But the French did get in on counterfeiting the colonial money. And there we go. And then, okay. So Hamilton, it said this is 1787, the Constitution Convention. In the Constitution, it says in Article 1, Section 8, Paragraph 5, it says Congress has the power to coin money, which means create. And the only money that we actually create, that the Congress creates now, are the coins that's in your pocket, which amounts to about 3% of the currency. So 97% of the money is created by commercial banks. Yeah, not only did, and I wish if there's anybody listening in and saying something in the chat, I can't see the chat and how I'm doing this. My phone is down here on my chest, and I can't see the chat. So if you have a question or anything, write the question in, and I will read it when I'm reviewing the video, and I will answer you. So, and my video is going to be on Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, and later, after I actually copy the video, I'll post it on YouTube. So it's going to be broadly available. Okay. So this piece of legislation was written by Congressman Dennis Kucinich, former congressman from Cleveland, Ohio, that after he did this legislation, he got gerrymandered out of Congress. They got rid of him. Anybody that does this kind of, has this kind of knowledge and does anything about it is going to be throttled one way or the other. Because this will end the biggest scam that has ever been on man. And it's old. There's a history book on money called The Lost Science of Money by Stephen Zarlinga. And it traces the entire history of money. It's an 800-page book, so it has plenty of time to do tracing money. It's well researched. It's well cited. There's plenty of sightings of other writings and other historians. And that book sells for $70, and it's sold by the American Monetary Institute, which was co-founded by Stephen Zarley. So, they use it, the American Monetary Institute uses it to raise money for the Institute. Now, I have a PDF copy, a fully searchable PDF copy of that in my Dropbox. And I'd be glad to share it with you. Because if you really get interested in this, you will do like the rest of us have done. Put down our $70 and get a hard copy of the book. Let me do this. Okay. Yeah. And join with us. There's 3 groups of us, and a lot of us are the same people in all 3 groups. There's the American Monetary Institute, based in Chicago, and we're going to have a convention, our annual fall convention. It's going to be a Zoom meeting this time. Instead of costing $250, it's only going to cost $25, because there won't be any expenses, or very few. And you can go on monetary.org, monetary.org. That'll take you to the American Monetary Institute website. And on there, you can see an explanation of the fall conference that we're going to have. And it's going to be on November the 12th through the 15th. So it's going to be right away. And you get on there, you'll be able to listen to some economists and some regular guys just like me talking about the NEAT Act. And ideas and put in their own ideas and make them the ideas of the American Monetary group of us here in the United States searching, promoting the NEAT Act, and we meet, a bunch of us meet every week on Thursday night in the form of the Banking and Monetary Reform Committee of the Green Party of the United States. We see, we're going to go on over here. And that's a Zoom meeting. It doesn't cost anything. You'd have to, I don't know whether you and you can be an observer. Now, an observer cannot speak during the meeting. But if you know how the Zoom works, chat, and you can ask questions and you can make comments, and I do that all the time. And of course, I know these people. I've met them at the American Monetary Institute conventions in Chicago. So you can do that. It's completely free and be involved in the conversation. And that would be good, because that's all, my whole idea with this broadcast is to introduce the NEAT Act to random people like it was introduced to me. I learned about the NEAT Act when Stephen Zarlinga, the founder of the American Monetary Institute and the author of The Lost Science of Money, I learned about it at an Occupy Chicago economics teach-in. I heard that they were going to have this teach-in, and I watched it on live stream. There were two instructors. The first one was like the instructors I had at the University of Oklahoma back in the first part of the 1960s. And she put me to sleep. That's the way I took most of my classes. I took them to sleep. There we go. Passing Oakhurst Park. It's built in 1980. Here we go. Let's just turn in here. There we go. This is Oakhurst Park. I like this little park. I moved here in 1987, and I think about 1988 or 89, I was riding along this street and going to visit a friend that lives in the Oakhurst apartment, which is right behind this Oakhurst Park here. This is the poor part of town. So there was a wooden table out here about where those yellow poles are. And there were two 11-year-old boys standing on the table, and they saw me. They pulled their shorts down right there and showed me their teeny weenies. And so I've always had a soft part for this park. I wonder what's happened to them, because that's who I'm working for the NEAT Act, is the 11-year-old boys that know there's something fucking wrong. There we go. They have no idea what it is or what to do about it. This is what it is. What it is the bankers control the creation of money. And therefore they control the nation. And they created the nation that's a hell for these kids. A young man stopped at my apartment the other night. And of course, one of the first things I always ask people when I first meet them is where they went to high school. Because usually you can find something to relate to. And I sold cars for 10 years, and that's what I always asked when I first met them. So they had something to talk about. And a way to establish a friendship. So I said, Samuel, where'd you go to high school? He said, Conroe, Texas, the Harding High School, and it was hell. Well, yeah, it's hell, because they're forcing people to be what? the bankers need. And that isn't what boys need. Boys, you don't need to be what the bankers need. You need to be what you want to be. Okay. So that's who I'm doing the NEDAC for, those two 11-year-old boys. Let's see, that was 87, 97, 2007, 2007, so they're approaching 40 years old. Sure, they've got their own children and they're battling in a system. They have no idea where it came from or why it's like it is. This is for you guys. I'm 78 years old, I'll be 79 years old in 4 weeks. And I want to give you a gift. Some knowledge that you can research and figure out on your own and find people to be friends with on your own. Because your relatives and your friends that you got now, they won't want to hear this shit. This is knowledge that they don't have, and that is an insult to their intelligence because they don't know this shit. But there are people that do. You can find them, and you can be with them. And maybe on your computer, sitting right at your desk, right in your home, at your coffee shop, or whatever. Okay, here we go. We're getting close to the park. And it is, what time is it? It is 4 minutes till 5. Well, we're gonna be able to leave park right about sundown. Because what I'm doing at the park, there's a half-mile walking path, nice concrete path that has 3 exercise stations on it with 2 machines on each at each exercise station. And we're going to exercise on one of those machines. And so that's 3 different exercises. Set up, a chest pull, and a leg press. And get back on the bicycle and get back to my apartment. How the sounds do. I think that building over to my right, you probably didn't see it, was built by my architect friend. Montgomery. Bless Montgomery. Aunt's pretty new to politics, and every time you hear something on mainstream media, he thinks he's discovered something that people don't know. What it is he's discovered something he didn't know. Okay. So, NEDAC is really pretty simple. It nationalizes the Federal Reserve, puts it into treasury, takes it away from the ownership away from the commercial banks. J.P. Morgan Chase owns almost 50% of the stock in the Federal Reserve building, it's Federal Reserve Bank system. And it's not owned by the federal government. was owned by the federal government. How come we owe the banks? Because that's the way they figured it out. There are 21 special dealer banks, the big banks, that you've heard of, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Deutsche Bank, they buy all of the debt. That's their job. Buy all of the debt of the federal government. The federal government can't sell its bonds directly to the Federal Reserve, so the banks buy it. And then the Federal Reserve buys it. You're going to learn all this one little step at a time. It's taken me since 2011 to learn this stuff. But the first story that Zarlinga told about Jefferson Hamilton and Washington delegating the power that Congress has to create money to their friends. Washington went on to become the richest man in the colonies. Imagine that.
Wait.
So, you're not going to learn any of this in your high school or your university or your college. Any teacher started teaching this, pretty soon they wouldn't be in the classroom anymore. They'd be out on the university grounds digging flowers. Oh, there goes a Trump vehicle. They're not going to give up. Trumpism's going to survive, even if Trump is not in office. The reason Trumpism will survive is because we're not taking care of people right. We've got them all fucked up. And people that get all fucked up, they fall for people like Trump. You don't have to do that. You got something that's solid that you can get yourself. Let me tell you, most of your friends are going to say, man, this is crazy. You'll think it's crazy for a while until, like me, you figure out this is a revolution. This will do things that can't be done at all. Like giving themselves $40,000 a year universal basic income, which is that's what minimum income would be. Your minimum income be kept up with the increase in productivity since 19. Not pulling something out of the hand. It's based on the real world. Give ourselves free education, free transportation, free housing, free medical care. All for free. And why can it be all for free? It can be all for free because money can be free. I hope I'm okay here. I'm having a hard time seeing because of the sun being right in my eye. Okay. Down here pretty quick. Somebody almost parked on time. Okay. Here is the track. Get up. And we'll come down to a tree that we use for a bike rack. you'll see the first exercise station that we got there. There it is right there. That's a machine that you do the setups on. It's a comfortable machine. Okay. There we go. Now, okay, let's do this. I'm going to unplug the battery. I don't know whether I was charging or not. I forgot to check. Yeah, I was charging. Okay. Okay, we're going to turn the bicycle off. And then I'm going to get my lock. See there? This part of the lock right there, they can't get through that. I have a big lock, it's a U-lock that's all that made like this. And my friend in Brooklyn calls it, they don't even think about it, lock. Oh, wait a minute. I got to use the right key. There it is. There we go. There we go. And there we go. And what you're seeing. Got the cable around the tree. And I'm doing this. Okay, we got to see, there's the lock. Okay, we'll turn the blinking light off here. Okay. Now, hello.
Hi.
How are you all?
Good, how are you?
Okay. Okay. This is what we're going to exercise on right here. And I sit down on it. And then I'll aim you just a little different. Okay, it looks like we're broadcasting good. Okay. 1, I do 12 repetitions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. The bicycle's over there behind that tree. That's some of the damage from that ice storm that we had 12 days ago. Okay. Now, yeah, that's all we're going to do here. And let's just keep going. We're running out of daylight. Okay. Okay, so we buy the stock in the Federal Reserve System off of the banks that own it, which are all the member banks. And remember, J.P. Morgan Chase owns almost half of it. Wonder if that gives him power. It's a guy called Jamie Dimon, who's chairman of the board and chief executive officer of J.P. Morgan Chase. All he's got to do is get a couple of his buddies, and he's got a majority vote on anything. So, okay, so then we take the power of the banks to create money away from them. It's called the Fractional Reserve System. If you you've had Economics 101, you've seen that chart in your book. And there are some horses over there. You can see them. Nice pastoral place we are. Yeah. Wish we lived in a pastoral world. Well, we can make it a pastoral world when we get control of the creation of money. If that's what we want a pastoral world, we can get it. And I'm going to make sure, as best I can, that you boys get to Washington, D.C. and are able to get active in your home congressional districts. So you make sure your representative and your senators from your state are doing what we want, which I hope to hell it's no wars. But you guys have been brainwashed. All wars are bankers' wars. Okay? They're not yours. You're the one that just has to pay for it. The bankers win. They get to finance all that equipment, blow it up, finance it again. So, remember that. All wars are bankers' wars. And remember this, whoever creates money controls the nation. And it needs to be us through Congress, and we can control Congress, because for one thing, you young guys are going to have $40,000 a year put in your bank account, ever divided up every month. You're going to get that money put in your bank account. You're going to have free housing. You're going to have free housing without rules, without all these fucking rules that we have now. Like if you've had a sex offense and you can't be in there, and that's not going to be. You're going to have a right to housing. It's not going to be a privilege. It's going to be a right. You're going to have a right to health care. You're going to have a right to transportation. Yeah, we're going to have automated cars. You can get on your little computer here, this thing that we're on right now. Call up a car, tell them where you want to go, when you want to go, how many of them there'll be of you, and how long you're going to be there, and a car show up that can do the job for you. You're not going to have to make a car permit. You're going to have to buy insurance. You're not going to have to do all the things that you have to do now to have transportation. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, this is how banks control you, is because you got to have them to buy a car, you got to have them to buy a house. Well, all of a sudden, you're not going to have to buy a house, or you're not going to have to buy an apartment or rent an apartment or buy a car, because those are going to be provided free. And it's not going to cost anybody anything. You know, we're not going to have to tax anybody for the money, or we're not going to have to borrow the money off of anybody, because we're going to create the money. Okay. Now, you got to get that in the first round of the NEED Act. You got to get the universal basic income, $40,000 a year. You got to get free housing, free transportation, free health care, and free education. You got to get that in the first round of the NEED Act so that you have the ability to make sure that nobody can come in and take it away from you. So you have the ability to be at Congress. We're going to have a good time, us slackers. We're going to be able to occupy Washington, D.C. Take it away from the lobbyists that are there now. Yeah, we can live in some of those nice buildings. Yeah, they can be ours. We can dance and we can drink, we can fuck, we can have a good time. This is going to be what other people have tried to do before, which is combine the hippies and the Puritans. Not the Puritans. Hippies and the Marxists, yeah. That's what we can do. We can combine and get the benefits of all. And yeah, we're gonna do a lot of the things that are done in communism. Yeah, like the employees own the company, and every employee has a vote and can decide what happens in a company. Not just the owners, but the employees. We're going to democratize the workplace. That's what communism is. Okay, let's keep going here. So, you got to get that in the first round, boys. And then us slackers can take over. I've been wanting to do this ever since I was in the first grade. Hi there. Hi, puppy. How are you? Hi there. How are you? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. You get to pet a puppy. Yeah. Well, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, let's go. She's following us. Hi, baby. Here we go. We got a little family business going on here with their dog. Okay. There he goes. Okay. This is the leg press. Yeah, we're going to do the leg press. Watch this. This is how it works. When your legs get bigger, you can do this. See, look at there. I'll do 12 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hope he doesn't get lost back in the woods. I wonder if the dog has gone back there. No? Well, don't get lost. Don't go too far. Your little kid is out in the woods.
That's all right.
You can see that blonde hair. Hi there, babe. Hi there.
Now, Rick, be silly. Be silly. I'm gonna tickle you. I'm gonna tickle you.
Okay.
I'm gonna tickle you. Hey, Blakey, go stand by butt down.
Hey, can you give your dad a kiss on the cheek?
Give Dad a kiss. No.
Oh, how about a kiss on that mustache?
Hey, Blake, are you trying to be? Hey, go stand by. There you go. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Perfect. Jeez. Maverick, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get Blakey. I'm gonna get you.
Boy,
I'm
honey.
gonna get you. You don't want me to get you.
Hey, I'm gonna throw you.
Phi Beta Phi. Back when I was 20 years old, my friend sent me on a mission to go to the Phi Beta Phi house to hunt for somebody else, somebody's girlfriend.
Yep.
And I had to ring the doorbell. I had never seen so many pretty girls in my whole life.
Me neither.
I mean, it was like,
Dan.
oh my God, they didn't make girls like this in Henrietta. Yeah. It was, I saw your sign. I thought, I've been there.
That's so fun.
See ya.
Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys, come here, Blake. I want Daddy will serve you that.
Good boy, Dan.
Okay, we're going to make it. It is now 5:20. So the sun hadn't set yet, I don't think, but it sure looks set. Here, we'll probably see some shadows when we get up at the top of the hill. I was shocked. Okay. Yeah, we've got enough of a cloud cover. We don't have any sun left. The sun has set here on the park. So we're going to go down and we're going to get on the bicycle. And should I do another set of push-ups or of sit-ups? Yeah. Take just a minute. On the way back, we'll be on lighted city streets. It'd be really good time to be riding along the bicycle. So, okay, slackers, this is our way to make life pleasant. And then if you decide you don't want to be a slacker anymore and you get into university, well, you can pick up speed and decide you want to do something. There won't be nothing to be stopping you. But if you just want to make sure people are treated right, you can do that too. And you'll be treated right. You're not going to be asked a lot of questions. You're going to have housing. You're going to have transportation. You're going to have money in your pocket. You're not going to be asked any questions. You don't have to qualify for it. It's your right, not a privilege. All those Puritans, as far as I'm concerned, you Puritans that want to qualify everything, make everything a privilege, you can get back on the Mayflower, give us your passports, and go out to sea, never to return to port again. Goodbye. That's what I want to say to you. because you caused nothing but fucking murder and destruction. You started right off when you went from Salem over to Merriweather, tore down their pole. They were dancing, they were fucking, they were mixing together, all races, all ages, and the economy was prospering, and you went over there and shut it down. Yeah, the Indians were there, the natives, the white people. They were having a good time. Y'all can't stand people that have a good time. Well, go ahead and not stand it, but don't go prevent other people from having a good time. That's not your right. It's the right of us to all have a good time if that's what we want. Okay, we're gonna sit back down here again and do 12 of these. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I'll get out my keys out of my pocket. It is 5:25. We still got about 8 or 9 minutes before the sun is completely set, but it looks like it's set here. See, there's that lock. And put it over there. That over there. And that right in there. Okay. Turn this light on. Then power on the bicycle. And right here, turn on the tail light to the bicycle, see? And it's got a headlight also. It's under there. And then we're going to, I've got a little flashlight here. We're going to put that blinking light on. And then we're going to let's see if, no, I got to do this. Okay. I think I'll just turn the, okay. We got the light on steady there. Okay, then I'm going to, I have to tilt you around it a little bit here because I got to plug the battery into, yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. There we go. Heard the phone ring, make a dinging sound, so that means we're getting power to the phone. And get this over the handlebars. Okay, so there we go. Blinking lights, tail light. Okay, look like a 747 coming in here. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go back around the track because it's downhill to start off here and I need a little downhill. Okay. We'll do it that way. That's what it wants to do. If it wants to have to be blinking, I'll just make it be blinking. Okay. We'll keep an eye on the light and make sure. Okay. That's one thing I like about this bike. It gives a little extra boost when I get on it. Okay. We're on our way. Okay. Yeah, family's still there. Hi there. It's me, you know me. You don't need to bark at me. So the light's not staying on. My other light's on. My little flashlight that I use for headlight. Okay. What we'll do, I've got another battery and I just didn't use it. But when it powers on, it stays on. Stays on. I thought this one would do that, but it's not. So, it's my solar battery. So I guess it's not good for running the flashlight. Although it has a flashlight. Okay, let's do this. And we'll stop here. And let's just see if I can do this again. Let's see what happens here. See how long this stays on. It shows I got power on it. Everybody's leaving the park. This is a dangerous intersection. People are running 60 miles an hour along here. You come out of the parking lot in a 60-mile-an-hour road. That can't be too safe. Okay. Light seems like it's staying on. I don't know why it turned off. There, it went off. Okay. So I'm going to plug it into my other battery. And see if it'll stay off. Good. people to help with the traffic light here. So I'm going to go across this highway here. This is Highway 9 and 36th Avenue Southeast in Norman, Oklahoma. This is a killer highway. It's been improved a lot since I was here in the 60s. The intersections here have been real killers. Okay, we ought to be getting the light here pretty close. Come on, there we go. Got an orange line. Let's see, I'm going uphill here a little bit, so. Ah, fuck. There we go. Now, okay, now let's do this. And I think this one's going to stay on. We're on my new solar battery. There we go. And see, I went off the curb a little bit. In motorcycle driving school, they tell you to look where you want to go, and your bike will go there. So that's how come when we start looking at the spot that we don't want to go, the bike will go there too. The bike will go where you're looking. Maybe that's the way Congress did. Congress will go the way we're looking, the way we want. So let's occupy the need. It's a revolution. It's not just a reforming of our monetary system. It's a monetary revolution. Because what you're doing is you're taking the banker's right to make a decision where money goes away from him. And he's limited where he can make money go. He can't create it and just do good works with it like Congress can. He's got to make money. So he has to put money into where he can make money. Well, we're not going to take that right away from him. We're just going to take the right to create money away from him and give it to ourselves. And he can make loans, but he can only then make loans with money that he has in the bank, out of his reserves, or out of people making deposits in accounts that say you can loan the money. And that's how to be done. There'll still be banks. They won't have the power that they have now to create trillions and trillions of dollars. We're going to be able to pay off all of the federal debt as it comes due. 90-day treasury notes, pay them off in 90 days with the new dollars we create. Not borrowing more money. We just create the money to buy those treasury bonds. And then they'll be gone. The Treasury will have the money that's created by Congress to do the things that we want to do. It's really all pretty fucking simple when you can get through all the things that you have been told or haven't been told or think you know. And, you know, you've been told shit about stuff by the gold bugs, by Ron Paul. He doesn't understand money. Or maybe if he does, he doesn't want to tell you what he knows. Because these people all have the desire to keep the banks involved between us and our money, and they don't have to do. We take that away from them. Yeah, my solar power battery keeps, good. It keeps my headlight on. See, there it is. Keeps my headlight on. Good. Why the other one doesn't? Because I've got sister batteries to that one. They're a little smaller. And they work, I think they do. I know they work my phone. They might not work my headlight. But now I've got two different big batteries that I know will work my headlight. So we're back on Oakhurst Avenue again. We're going to take Oakhurst Avenue to the NEDAC. Pick up those two little boys that strip their pants off on the beach, on the picnic table, and make the world better for them. We're going to take the power of the principal of the school. We're going to take his power away from him. Yeah, this switches things around. This gives power to us people. Doesn't matter how small we are, we're going to have power. And when we get to be 12 years old, we'll know how to we'll know how to use our power. We could quit school then and start traveling. Find us a man to travel with. Take off and see the world. I read a man named Douglas who wrote the favorite book of the boys in the World War I and the ones in the trenches. And one that I'm reading now called Old Calabria, which is about the southern part of Italy. And he just walks around. This way he's writing this story, but his traveling companions, he was telling them the stories of the places that they were visiting, the hotels they were staying in. And Norman Douglas said about him, he never traveled with a boy older than 14 years old. Unlike Michael Jackson. Except he was telling them stories. And the old Calabria is about the stories of the southern part of Italy, where the sun shines They don't have trees on the streets there because the people like to look out of their apartment windows and see people, not trees. They want to see people. Trees will grow there. It's a desert climate, but there are trees in parks and on private properties. But on the streets, there are no trees. He says in something that I was reading that what Norman Douglas said was that if there were trees planted on the street, the rents went down. Yeah. Rents went down. Hi there. So, this is a good time of day to ride the bicycle. There's enough light. And let's do this. It's a damn speed bumps. My friend in Mexico, in San Luis Potosí, Mexico, said, "Well, you know how you can tell you're in third world country?" And I said, "No." We were crossing the speed bump. He said, "Speed bumps." So there we are, third world country. We really are. Yeah. Okay, I got a car right behind me. I see you. Okay, there we go. Got a green light. Okay. Yeah, if we'd been an hour and a half earlier here, we would have been heading right into the fucking sun. Now we're heading into the sun. The sun's going to set. Got a good shadow. Shadow. Okay. Yeah, this new solar battery I got is going to work fine in my basket because it's big enough and heavy enough. It'll just sit in my basket and I don't have to do anything special. So, yeah, the banker, he's limited in what he can put money into. He has to make money on his loans. We're not going to have to make money on our loans. Not right then. And there won't be loans. There'll be grants, gifts. Build the streets. Build all the infrastructure. Build everything that we need. Provide things that we slackers need, like as housing and transportation and health care and money in our pocket. And it's going to be a right, not a privilege. Not anything that somebody can put conditions on. Now you're going to have to obey the law. Can't disturb your neighbors. that kind of thing. But you can't have your apartment taken away from you. I guess if you do too much of disturbing the neighbors, they'll put you in jail. But your apartment will be there for you when you get out of jail. Okay. In the morning, I'm going to get up and call my dentist, see if I can get in to see her right away. I have a bridge that's brand new, about 5 or 6 weeks. And I put it in today and I can't get it out of my mouth. It has grabbed a hold of one of my teeth, and I'm afraid I'm not going to pull it hard enough to let it. I can't get it to turn loose of the pig. I was having a hard time with it when I first got it, but they thought all I needed to do was learn how to do it, but it's not working right now. Okay, we're coming up to the University of Oklahoma here. So we're going to exactly go back the way that we came. Got to go up over the railroad track here. Okay. Better get by this big old mirror here. Oh, we're not going to turn right off the last one. We're up over the railroad track. This is Northern Pacific Railroad, main line right through the middle of the United States. There's 35 to 37 trains a day come through Northern. Yeah. We're going by a place called the Duck Pond. Right over there, I used to come here, jog when I was much younger. I was in my 40s. Piece of ass on the table. It's right over there. And the table's still there. When I got it in the first time. The problem was, it really wasn't the person of sexual orientation wanted me to get it in. I don't hardly even know what that would feel like. If you don't obey the rules, you're going to miss a lot of time. Go to the prison. Well, we're going to be able to make different rules, boys. We're going to be able to make different rules. It's going to dawn on us that all this Protestant work ethic and these Puritan ways of being are actually fucking insane. They're insane. Okay. And those boys just got in the way of what I wanted to do. There they go. So, now we're going to make different laws so we don't have to try to hide. There'll be nothing to hide from. That's what the NEAT Act is going to enable us to do. It's a revolution. Our founding fathers were all Puritans. They were fucking crazy. They wanted us to fix the world. L. Jefferson created the Marines, put them on wooden sailboats, sent them to Libya to make the world better. That's what you Puritans do. You go out and kill people. We're going to stop that shit. We don't have to kill anybody. We take the power of bad people away from them because we're going to have incomes and we're going to have health care, we're going to have educations, we're going to have everything that we need, and they can't own us. The bad people can't own us. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Okay. Up to maybe we'll take just a little different route. Came down. A little different. I can see the sidewalk. I'm supposed to have cataract surgery this month, but I elected not to do that. I didn't want to be around a medical place or have a chance to get COVID-19 because this pandemic is just getting started. That's the school I went to. That's Adams Hall. That's the business school. It's where I started learning economics. But I sure was not taught.
I actually bought a shoulder blades.
Was not taught the things that I started learning because of Occupy Wall Street. Okay. We just rode by a flower garden. We're going to come down, get some flowers. The week before Thanksgiving, the ground crew comes and pulls up all the, there we go. That's what I was hunting. Let me go through here. They pull up the flowers and the friends of the university can come and get them. I'm going to get a few mums. They have some beautiful gold mums here. They're not gold, they're yellow. And I know right where some of them are. Okay. Right there. Yes, we're on the sidewalk.
I have my car.
Thank you.
Oh, this is-
Yeah. The lights system is working perfect. Perfect. I got a lot of power. I want enough to come back from Oklahoma City, 21 miles at night. Okay, I'm coming through here. Okay, here we are. I have hydraulic brakes on this bike. Really works. I have a Raleigh bike, a regular bike, not an electric. The ice storm we had knocked the shed down on it. It bent the handlebars. So I've got to figure out how to straighten the handlebars up, which would probably mean new handlebars. So what we need to do, President Biden, give us $1,200. We need another $1,200 next month, and then the month after that. That'd be good. And I can catch up with some extra expenses I've had because of COVID-19. Not really. Here we are on North 42nd Street. Killer Friday night and every Friday and Saturday night. I didn't realize New York City, what a treasure we had. I loved it. We did. Let's get over here. Smoother right out here in the middle of the street. 34. This is a smoother. Yeah, this is. And stop the blinking. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Do that. And, tell you, we're going to unplug you. We got plenty of power in the phone. And then we're going to sit down. And then I'm going to take this off. And there we go. This is who's been talking to you. Okay. Okay. Hi there, Drew Shepard, your moderator. Thank you from Los Angeles. Okay. My other electric bike is a folding bike. I took it to Los Angeles a couple of years ago and stayed down at Monica Beach and rode all the way over to Virginia Beach and actually went to a weekend with Thaddeus Russell, which was a weekend with Renegade University, renegadeuniversity.com, and and met Thaddeus, and we went to a speakeasy where he told us a story about how the backhaul runners had faster boats than the Coast Guard had, and okay, and could beat them to the beach. They run the boats up on the beach and put the whiskey in this speakeasy in the basement. And I said, well, what happened? How come the cops didn't come to get them? They said they were paid off. So we had ways of having freedom. There, the light went off there. I wonder why that happened. But I got my little flashlight on. Let's see it. That's good enough. You can sort of see me. So, then we went up to a restaurant, and he said, in this restaurant that was owned by, and he named the man, and he said, here in this restaurant, this is in Virginia Beach, or Venice Beach, pardon me, California, said in this restaurant, he almost got the hippies and the Marxists to work together. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the hippies and the Marxists. The Marxists, they're Puritan work ethic people, but us slackers, we're not Puritan work ethic people. We're the hippies, and we're going to learn how and be enabled to work together, because we're going to have a guaranteed annual income. We're going to have free housing, free health care, free transportation, and free education in schools that we run, not the bankers, okay? You'll be able to learn about the NEAT Act in the schools that we'll have, okay? Our revolution. So anyway, I should quit now. This has been 1 hour and 38 minutes, and we will take a look at it, see what this looks like, and I'll talk to you again. And